Alright, hey guys, welcome to another Ableton Live 9 Lite tutorial. I've got a request a few days ago now to do a sort of interface tutorial with Ableton Live, which is, I suppose I probably should have started there with my first tutorial, but yeah, a lot of these programs just are really scary to look at, just straight up, so I think it's a good idea to sort of show how to use the interface, you know, because it can be really hard to get used to. So I've just opened my Ableton Live 9 and I haven't touched anything with it yet, so I'll just go through some of the basic controls with you. So what comes up first is the session view. So I'll show you, let's see, you can see here you got the MIDI tracks, audio tracks. That's pretty basic. Yeah, I've gone over creating new tracks and stuff. So you've got the send here, reverb and delay. You can obviously change them, get rid of the reverb, drag and drop a chorus, and it can be a chorus send. And then you've got your master here. Yeah, again, pretty basic. So we'll go back to one of these. Got these things here, MIDI in, because it's a MIDI channel. So I've got a complete audio 6, which you can see there, which has I'll just have a look at it, but I think it has a MIDI input. It has one MIDI input and one MIDI output. So if I had a MIDI controller that didn't work by USB, I could plug it into my interface and send MIDI data through it. What else have we got here? Computer keyboard. So okay, so I think that's just you can use your computer keyboard as a MIDI controller. We'll test it out just quick. See if I can, that'll do. Yeah, so I'm currently playing my keyboard and nothing's happening as far as I know. Yeah, so nothing, I can't hear anything, so no, activate that, and I still can't hear anything, which is amazing. Oh no, there we go. Okay, cool. So just a bit of lag there, no worries, but there it is, it's working. Hopefully that doesn't interfere with the mic too much. Actually, I'm just gonna change that real quick, because that came out of my computer and not my sound card. There we go, main output instead of the speakers. And now that's why I couldn't hear anything coming through my headphones. There we go. That's better. Hopefully that didn't mess you up too much. So there's that. Get rid of that, don't really need it. This will be, I think this is, okay, so these are like buses maybe? I don't know, I've never used these before. I think if that's input, I have no idea what these channels are. I feel like they're for hardware. Like you can set your hardware to a certain channel. I've never used hardware before, so I can't really help you there. Oh yes, this is where the audio goes out to. So you can send it through another channel. You can external output, sends only. Yeah, so that's what you can do there. I think it's the same for the audio clips. Pardon me. Get audio from all of these places. FL Studio for some reason. Yeah. And you can do external in. So I can plug in, I guess, a synthesizer. No, that would be MIDI. What could you plug in? Maybe a external sampler or something that works with audio. You could plug in there. There we got. See, obviously you can route the mixer channels as well. These little knobs here. Send A. I think I've gone over these. They sort of show how much, if send A is reverb, how much of this signal is going to be reverbed. So I'll just test it. Reactivate that keyboard because that was useful. Just give it that second that it takes. There we go. No. Yeah. So that's how sends work. Now we go over to your mixer. Obviously volume you got right there. You can see it there where it is. This is panning, so you can pan it. That would be a hard left, so a mono pan. You'd only hear it out of your left speaker or your left earphone. Same with the right. So you can sort of, in your mix, you can sort of position things. I don't know how to explain it. Like, if you've got a sound, you want to be in the center. Like usually your kick drum and your vocals and stuff, they all want to be center. Then you can sort of pan the other stuff out, and that it'll just reinforce them. It won't be competing with them, with the drums and the vocal. It'll be it's hard to explain, but it won't be competing for the center space, because it'll be panned out to the left, a bit to the right, which is always useful. What else have we got? That's just mute. So you can hear it. You can see I'm pressing it, but nothing's coming through. Solo, can't hear anything else. Yeah, that's pretty much it. What's this? Oh, so I think that just enables recording. Yeah, that looks like this. Yeah, okay. So it's it enables recording by the looks of it. Recording for MIDI. Recording MIDI data, I should say. We'll go up here. Tap tempo, which is probably not really that useful. You can just tap a tempo. So right now I'm tapping at about 105 BPM, clicking with my mouse. I would never really use that. Obviously, actual tempo change, nudge down and up. Time signature. Can't say I would ever change it from 4/4. So that's what that time signature is. It's just you sort of count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Just pretty much dance music in general. You can pretty much always count 4/4. So I wouldn't really. I mean, I know not everyone's a dance music producer, but I just wouldn't change it personally. This, I believe, is a metronome. Yes, it is. Click that, and your metronome plays. Quantization is up here. I've gone over that before. It's more for when you have samples in here and you're triggering them. What else we got? Yeah, so that's obviously how far you are. Play, stop, record, overdub. Overdub recording, I haven't really done much of, but it can be useful. If I ever do, well, I probably will do a recording tutorial eventually. I might go into that, but it's probably going to be a bit more advanced. It's also not something I would use very much. Draw, I don't know. Yeah, draw. It's not really useful to me. I won't show you what it does because I'm kind of running out of time. Key, MIDI. Yeah, so you click that, you can sort of map stuff to a MIDI controller. Key, you can map stuff to the keyboard. I'm gonna have to stop because my Bandicam's done. 1 second. Okay, we're going again. Bandicam's back. Okay, let's change view. Click these little things to change view. Session view, arrangement view. This view is a bit more compact, but you've pretty much got everything the same over here. Yeah, you got all your routing and stuff. Your mute button, solo, record enabling, volume. This is panning right here, and these are your sends, send A and B. So obviously this is a much better to look at, much easier to work with because it's bigger. You got the mixer, you can sort of see it a lot better. It's a lot bigger, but you can do it all here as well, but most people probably prefer to use this area to do that. We can also get rid of everything as well, which is something by clicking these buttons in the corner, which is something I usually do when I'm like in this view, just doing a performance, I guess, on the launch pad or something like that. I just sort of like it looking clean, and I don't have to see anything I don't really need to see, I guess. Yeah, so what else we got? So obviously you just drag and drop stuff onto the track, like so. It's pretty basic. Go in the browser. What do we got in sounds? Yeah, so they're sounds. Who would have thought that? Drums. I'm imagining drums. Yep. So these are the instruments that come with Ableton. Again, these are all just drag and drop, I believe. Yep. So that'll be a drum rack by the looks of it. Once it loads, yeah, so it's a drum rack, preset drum rack. You can just drag and drop that on. That's a MIDI one. Instruments, yeah, so there's the drum rack where you can make your own. Impulse, no idea what impulse is, never used it. Oh, looks like it's another sampling sort of drum thing by the looks of it. Yep, alright. Instrument rack, can't say I ever really used them, but I guess you can have multiple instruments in there. Simpler. This is just your sampler. You drop a sample in there and you can tweak it. It's pretty good. Audio effects, won't go through all them. You know, you got your audio effect rack, which I imagine is the same as a instrument rack. Auto filter, so it's just a filter. Beat repeat, don't really know what that is, haven't used it. Chorus is, well, it's a chorus, I don't know if you've used a chorus before. It just sort of adds another layer to the sound, and you can sort of just widens it a bit. Compressor, EQ, not 100% sure what erosion is. Looks like it's a modulator or something. No, it wouldn't be a modulator. And a noise oscillator. Looks like it just adds noise by the looks of it. Okay, haven't used that much myself. MIDI effects, so they go on your, I think I can go on audio channels. Yeah, they can. No, they can't. But they're sort of MIDI effects. Only one I could say is notable is pitch, which you can sort of adjust pitch, but even then there's better ways to adjust pitch than by using this. Like you can use a audio channel. I need an audio thing in there. Okay, double click this. Can warp, click this E down here. Transposition, yeah, and then I can pitch it up like that, like so. be, and then if I get rid of that pitch, it'll sound like that. So basically, what advantage that way has over the pitch MIDI effect is it's more, is it more linear? It's not like with the pitch, as you can see, it just goes up semitones, which can be good, it can be what you want, but it just gives like a stutter effect. So it goes, it would just go up in pitch, like going up in the keys in the piano. And when you're making a build up or something, you don't really necessarily want that sort of sound in your build up. You kind of want a gradual, slow, blurry, just like rise. That was a terrible example, but I hope you know what I'm saying. Like, it's not necessarily what you want to stutter up. And if you do want that stutter effect, I think a sidechain will sound much better over the big whooshy, slidey pitch slide sort of sound. That's a good example I can use. It's a pitch bend on your keyboard or something, or on Massive they all have pitch bend options, and you can just mess with them and it just slides. It doesn't stutter up in semitones, it just slides up. Again, running very low on time. Plugins, drag and drop. Clips, these are just more sounds, I believe. Yep. More sounds, samples, more sounds. All the ones that came with your Ableton. So you got all these sort of other folders as well, which you can sort of customize. So I added my own samples folder with all my samples in it. So it's just drag and drop whatever it is I want. Yeah, thank you for watching. This will be a long video once I edit it, but I hope this was really helpful. Probably should have been my first tutorial. Obviously a lot to cover when you first open Ableton, lots to do. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy.